probably good to have an open week. We certainly were able to work a little fundamentals on the earlier part of the week, and then toward the end of the week we got a little Marshall preparation in. But it's always good to have an open week, and certainly looking forward to getting back to work tonight and getting ready for Marshall.
Coach, toward the end of the week, did you utilize the open week to kind of get your legs back under you a little bit?
We did. We gave them, Lanny, we gave them Friday, Saturday off. So that was certainly, Sunday's our natural day off. But again, anytime you have 3 or 4 days off, you hope that's plenty. Especially when you're 20 years old, you shouldn't need much more than that to be recuperated. But those guys have got a break, and I think it's good physically and mentally. And certainly now we know we got to go to work.
But for you guys as a staff, I mean,
I think it's good for a staff, especially, I think we worked, had a lot of coaches out on the road, Jason. A lot of guys went out. I had some out on, a couple out on Tuesday, had like 4 out on Wednesday, and that basically, other than the coordinators, everybody out on Thursday. But everybody was out on Friday, the entire staff. And so we had to do some recruiting. That's part of it. You've got to get that done too. But I think it's good to give them, Saturday is a day where, a lot of guys have their iPads and they go and do a little work at home, but, it's a day that they get out of the office, which is good. And Sunday was a full day yesterday for us, and we're back in the game week now.
You had suggested or said after the LSU game, potentially looking at possible personnel changes. Is that, do you anticipate anything coming down the pipe?
Nothing. I don't think so. Nothing. We're going to let guys compete. I think that's something that, you look at things objectively, Tim. I mean, they had a couple good plays, but they're a pretty dynamic football team too. That's what they do. But the reality is, we're playing hard. We understand. I mean, we got a month left, and it's this is that month-long stretch right now of conference games. So it's a big month for us, and our guys worked hard this week. So we're just going to keep rolling, create a little confidence. There'll be a few guys that maybe get a few more snaps, but nothing drastic.
Nick, I thought, put it pretty well after the game, saying that this is kind of the turning point here. We've got 5 games, can win them all, lose them all.
That's
Do you
right.
think the guys are is that kind of the feeling among?
I think so. I mean, it's the reality of football. Everybody's in this grind. Everybody in football is in this grind. We have Marshall this week. That's the reality. We got a big game this week, and I'm sure guys but everybody can look and see where everybody's at. But we understand that's the reality of our season. It is kind of like a 5-game stretch right now to achieve your goals, and those are things that we have to take it one at a time. That's all that matters. Is we got to get ready to play Marshall, and nothing else really matters right now.
back to, with the way things shook out this weekend, you guys are back to controlling your own destiny. How nice is that to kind of be?
Well, it's always good, Jason, that you know that it's in your hands. You know what I'm saying? It's again, we got to focus on the week and focus on the now, and that's Marshall. And we got a good football team coming in here, and so again, it's a good feeling to know that. But we can't look ahead of anything. You got to get ready. We got a really good football team coming into town, so we know we got a big challenge.
Coach, when you begin to look at this Marshall team and kind of looking forward to this week, a lot of folks projected Marshall to probably have a better season than what they have had to this point. Do you see this Marshall team as being better than what they've shown on record?
Yeah, Lanny, they are. They, of course, they've had, Pitt's a good football team. Of course, we know Louisville's a good football team. There's been two of their, it's one of those things where they had their opportunity Saturday. They go in, they fumble on the one going in. They actually score a touchdown with about 2 minutes to go, and they have a holding, which calls that back, and miss a field goal on the last play of regulation, send it in overtime. So, I mean, football is a different journey week to week. So you understand that you got to be ready every week, and what happened last week really doesn't have any relevance on what's going to happen this week. So we know they're a talented football team, and certainly they have our respect. We know we better be ready.
Coach, can you speak to what it means to have Draper back on the defensive line?
I think it helps us to get, you know what I'm saying, losing Drape, you get another 300-pounder inside. I think he's getting, healthier and healthier. He probably wasn't 100% at LSU, but, probably 85, 90, but hopefully we'll have him 100% this week. So that's big, because it gives us another defensive lineman inside. So I'm glad to have him back.
Coach, what's your biggest focus in the Marshall matchup? What do they do well that you've been focusing on?
Well,
fighting against?
Marshall's a pretty balanced football team that they throw it well. They have the talented wide receivers, a quarterback that throws the ball extremely well. They can run the ball. Their tailback's not only a good running back, he's also a really good kick returner. Also a talented young man. Defensively, they are aggressive defense. They play hard. They played some tough teams. Pitt and Louisville in our conference schedule, but they're a football team that we all know Marshall. We know they have our utmost respect. We know it's going to be a talented football team that comes in here Saturday.
What's Nick's son
Status
do?
of Nick's hand?
Alan, he's doing great. He's 100%. He's throwing. And Todd kind of told me that when he did it, because he played against LSU. He was like, he said he's probably going to be about 80% this game, and he said in 3 weeks, which was 3 weeks' time, he said he'll be 100%. And just watched him throw last week compared to the game week of LSU. It was night and day. He was still throwing the ball decent at LSU, but now he's really humming it in there. He's got his zip back. So, he's 100%. He's throwing it well.
Did you see any change in the guys this week during practice? Were they, more motivated knowing that, this is the home stretch of the season? You feel that?
Our guys have been pretty businesslike in the whole journey. They really have. I think they've gone in. They practiced hard last week. They practiced hard every week. They hadn't been a team. They come out and they've gone to work. So that's something that it's been a joy to be around. So they understand. I think our players, our coaches, we all understand. But we know we got a good football team coming in. We know what we do this week is huge.